I'm Tom.
Welcome to Double Trouble.
Today we're taking a look at Menu Masters. Menu Masters is a game that came in Calliope Games' Titan series, where they take famous designers from the gaming world, and they each year 3 of them are designing a game specifically for this series, which is family level games. Which is interesting because this one was done by Jordan Wiseman and I believe his son, and he's known for doing big grandiose games. Remember Golem Arcana, the one where you scanned the things and then it was on the iPad? The big miniatures? You opened it. Battle Tech, things like that. This is not like these games. This game is a auction, bidding, get food to
make a menu.
Make menus, right. Now food is delicious, so let's check this game out. There's going to be 4 boards that are placed out in the middle of the game, unless you're playing with less than 4 players, in which case you'll only be using the 3 boards: produce, butcher shop, and bakery. Each of these has different ingredients, like the produce shop has salad, tomatoes, broccoli, green beans, and there's a couple cards that have both on them. The butcher shop has meats, which are steak, salmon, lobster, pork. Bakery has raspberry tarts, cream puffs, fudge cake, and ice cream. The supermarket, if it's in the game, has a card from each one that's randomly placed there. The different items are ranked 2 to 4. It's not tied to an item. So like, for example, you see a 2-star lobster here, but there's also 4-star lobsters in the game. Each player is going to get 2 menus that they have that are secret menus. They're only for themselves. And there's also some public menus placed up. Everyone gets a certain number of coins, and some coins are placed in the bank area. And each player also is going to get 4 chef hats of their type. So here are the different chef hats that are included in the game. You notice that they look like toothpaste lids or maybe glue caps. But anyhow, each round of the game, players are going to take turns, starting with the person who's first. That person's going to have this cool little plastic piece here. And you're either going to go buy somewhere, in which case you place your cap there, or you're going to go and be the owner of a store somewhere. You can't be the owner of a store that you're buying at, so maybe green later on would go here. Or you can claim one of these coins here by putting a marker on it. You can only do that once per round. If yellow wants to go to the store that red's at, yellow will just put their marker underneath there. And there could be multiple markers of different colors that are placed underneath there, even if it's the same color. So, at the end of a round, after everyone's done placing, you go through each store. You do produce, then butcher, then bakery, then supermarket. So let's say here at the butcher shop, red gets to go first. Red has to pay 4 coins because there are 4 things here to the green player, and they can take a card that they want. Then yellow would pay 3, then blue would pay 2, then red would pay 1. Well, of course, if red, yellow, and blue each buy one, there will be none left for red to buy. So when you buy one, you pick one, and you're going to put it on the board in front of you. Each player has a player board that has a picture of their chef along with a backstory to that chef, and you'll put ingredients here. You can have up to 6 ingredients, and any menus that you complete are here. Once players have collected their ingredients, if they have ingredients to complete one of their menus or one of these menus in turn order, so if I have broccoli, salmon, or fudge cake, I can turn those with this card, and I would put all of that here, completing a menu. I can also use 2 of any ingredient as 2 of something else. So I could say 2 fudge cakes are actually a salmon, or 2 salads is a steak, etc. Once someone has finished 3 menus, then the game will end. Each player is going to look at the stars of the resources that they use to make their ingredients. So if I use salad and tomatoes and salmon to do something, that menu is going to be worth 7. If I use 2 of the same thing, let's say I used 2 tomatoes as a wild fudge cake. So I would then take 3, 2 for salmon, and then whichever one of these, probably the higher one, obviously. So that recipe would be worth 8 stars. Whoever has the most stars worth of menus that they have completed is the winner of the game. That's how you play. All right, what do you think of the artwork?
I like the artwork. I thought it was very kid-gamey artwork.
Almost like Ratatouille, a bit, the cooks, how they looked?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it too. I think that the artwork is fine, with one exception, or 2 exceptions with the food. I really wish sometimes they would have 1 lobster in the card, and then 2 lobsters on the card, or 1 of a food and 2, and that's still just 1 of that item.
Yeah.
I thought that was a little confusing. And then secondly, when you make a meal, I never felt like it was a meal. It was lobster and broccoli and truffle cake. It wasn't like lobster bisque, and these are the ingredients you need to make it. You know what I mean? That's a part of the fun theme. It's like, ooh, I'm going to eat this food. It's just like, no, you're having lobster and broccoli and cake. So, that's my only problem with that.
And the lids?
The what?
The token hats.
Oh, the tokens that look like marker lids. I know they're chef hats, but they really look like the lid of markers. You're right. Okay, but that's artwork. What'd you think about the game? In this game, you are basically auctioning, and the number of people that go to a spot determines the price of it, and one person is getting the money. Yeah. What did you think of that?
I thought the gameplay was really simple. It's just, okay, you get that, you get this. You might get it, depending on how many people are trying to get it. I thought 4 players was a good amount to play with this game. If you played with 5 or 6,
Well, 5 is the most you can play it with, yeah.
Oh, just 5.
Here's the deal. There's too much money in the game. There really is. When you go buy something, everyone else can go there, and they are going to make the price go up, but if you have enough money, you're going to buy the thing that you need anyway. And you can
then all that money is going to go to the person who owns the store.
Right, you can just go to the store, and the game doesn't really give you a lot of interesting options. Melody said it's simple. That is, it is simple, but it's too simple. This year, another game came out called Jorvik, Jorvik, from Stefan Feld from Stronghold Games. That game is very similar to this one, but that one has a bite to it. That one has a lot of interesting strategies. That has a simple version of the game inside. I think the full game is fine. Simple version, which is not as simple as this, but also there's more choices. Here, you're putting out your chef's hats, and almost always that 3rd or 4th hat, I'm like...
Wherever you can, because the bank will run out, and there's literally only one option that you can have.
I'll make the price higher for you, but see, that's not that interesting, because I can make Melody's price higher, and then it's going to go to somebody else, that money. So I'm making it cost more for her, but I'm helping out Bob, who's getting that money from her. I can't go to the same spot where I'm at the store. If you could do that, it'd be more interesting.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're shopping at my store? Here comes some more people. They can make your price higher. That would be an interesting thing. And there's also not a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's like very repetitive.
Yeah, I need a lobster and broccoli. What do you need? Also lobster and broccoli. Oh. And then the game kind of ends like... It's okay. It's okay at best. You're collecting stuff and turning it in, and the idea of shopping and buying is really cool, but it's not as exciting as it feels like it should be. This is a game that's based for families, right? But it feels like there's something missing. Even families can be like, ha ha ha, I stole this from you. But that rarely goes there. Whoever goes first is going to buy the ingredient they want. There's almost nothing you can do to stop them.
Yeah.
And so... when it's your turn to go last, you're like, yay, I guess I'll get money this turn because I'll go to this store and I'll get lots of money. What was your overall thoughts?
I liked the idea. Like, it just seemed like it was going to be fun, but after playing it, I was just like, okay.
What would you rate it?
4.5.
Yeah, I'm at a 5. I'm higher than Melody, but not much. It's just... it's okay, and you can say, well, Vassal, you and Melody are gamers. You know, you expect more from a game. Yeah, but we like light, simple games. The thing is, if I brought this out for people who like light, simple games, there's no hook to keep them interested. It's like, get the stuff you need. Oh, by the way, the game is over. You know, because I got lucky. Though doing a bunch of the 2-ingredient ones faster than someone can do the bigger ones, there's like no correlation there. And wilds are great. Using 2 of the same for something, you only get the score for 1 of them. Who cares? It's so easy to get stuff in this game, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's good to be easy to get lots of stuff, but there needs to be a bit more behind it.
Like, so maybe if different menus had like different points, like some, and also like different ingredients, like some are rarer than others. Maybe
they are rarer than others. I haven't counted them, but I'll tell you, it just, I don't know. We eat out a lot, but we don't get lobster all over the place. And this game is like lobster flows. It didn't feel like, do you want lobster or pork?
And the wild was kind of weird. Like, you can make like 2 broccoli into a dessert.
Yeah, you're really stretching to pull that one off. But, all right. Well, unfortunately, not a big fan of this game, Menu Masters. Anyway, until next time, I'm Tom Vassell.
And I'm Melody.
And this has been Double Trouble.
Boom.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at DicetowerNetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.